All right, so the next thing here is I put the little spoiler alerts, a little image here because we're going to talk about Ahsoka, the first two episodes that came out earlier this week. And as I mentioned earlier, I have not seen Clone Wars. I have not seen Rebels. Ivan has. And you've seen every episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're very familiar with the whole thing there. I know Ahsoka because I've seen the character around. I know people are big fans of the character. And then obviously I saw her in Mandalorian season 2, played by Rosario Dawson. So she's back as the character, and now we're going to see her story, or her own solo, no pun intended, story on Disney Plus. So first, I'm just going to tell you my thoughts as a person who has never seen Clone Wars, has never seen Rebels. I don't really have that much emotional investments in Ahsoka or any of the other characters. So, I mean, I did like Rosario Dawson, like I said, in Mandalorian Season 2. The episode that she debuted in was a fun and cool episode. I really did like her. And then she had like a little brief scene, I think, in Book of Boba Fett when we see Luke Skywalker and Grogu and all that stuff. And some of the storylines about Ahsoka in Clone Wars and Rebels, I learned from Mandalorian and through spoilers that people told me about. But I don't know that much about like her story. The whole Dave Filoni stuff, I don't really know that well. Kathy says, loving it so far. Casting is great. Yes. So yeah, casting for sure is great. As far as the show itself, I did like it. It's not Mandalorian season 1 to me. I don't even think it's like Andor, because I really did like Andor, but Andor was slow. People are saying that Ahsoka's slow. Yeah, it is kind of slow. I still think Andor is slower, and I liked Andor more so far compared to these two episodes of Ahsoka. There's a lot of cool scenes in episodes 1 and 2. A lot of cool shots. Some parts seem like Star Wars to me, and then there's a shot that was not very Star Wars, where Celine is that's her name, right? Celine or Sabine? Sabine Wren, right?
Yeah.
Sabine Wren. The scene where she's like on her, what is it? Speeder
bike.
When she was like fleeing or whatever, where she was trying to like get away from the was that guy like the governor or something?
Yeah.
So when she was trying to get away from them trying to like get her so that she can go to the little celebration thing or whatever, they play like this little like rock music in the background, which was kind of weird. It's like that's not very Star Wars-y for me, so that kind of like took me out of it a bit. The character, I thought she was cool. Like I said, I've actually never seen her before, so I was confused as to what is she? Is she Mandalorian? Is she a bounty hunter? Is she a Jedi? What the hell is she? So I wasn't getting those answers right away. I figured that she might have been like a bounty hunter or Mandalorian or something, and then one of the episodes says something like that she's Mandalorian. So okay, so that confirmed that. And then she brings out a fucking lightsaber, and then she was like, okay, so she has a lightsaber. So what is she? And then I heard that she was Ahsoka's Padawan, and I was like, I thought Ahsoka wasn't a Jedi, so I was like confused in a bit. But throughout like the first two episodes, I kind of gathered, okay, I understand now after watching the two episodes, and that might be the reason why Disney Plus decided to drop these first two episodes, so we can get a better understanding to maybe those people who never watched Clone Wars and Rebels. So like right now, like I'm on board and everything with it, so I'm liking it so far. I'll definitely continue watching it, unlike Secret Invasion, which seemed kind of like a chore to watch every week. Oh my god! But and then here's the other thing that I'll say about this when it comes to my interest with Ahsoka. I actually did watch the first episode of Clone Wars. So, Progress. I watched the first episode. So, I'll try to continue watching it. Hopefully it gets better. Because I know it's long, right? Isn't like Clone Wars like 7 seasons or some shit?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how far I get. But I started with 1 episode. So, there you go. Okay, so Ivan, your thoughts?
I really like the show. I'm pretty happy with it. I've heard a lot of the complaints. I don't really agree with them. Like it's slow. Whatever. Like, you know, it's a series, not a movie. Yeah, some people complained about the combat. I have no problem with it either. I do like how they're building up towards, you know, we know where the show's going, you know. They did a great job of explaining that. The character introduction was pretty good. Favorite thing about it was, you know, the original characters from Rebels. You know, Hera, Sabine, Chopper, the droid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So all those were in the animated show?
Yeah, that's part of the crew of
Okay.
Rebels, yeah. Obviously, there's characters missing. Ezra, they did show as a hologram. He's the Jedi.
The Jedi.
Yeah.
So that's the one. That's his lightsaber.
That's
the
his
one
lightsaber, yeah.
What's her name again?
Sabine?
Sabine.
Sabine
I don't want to
Wren.
say Celine. Sabine. So that's Ezra. I was going to say Ezra Miller. That's Ezra's lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was kind of like, okay. I kind of get that now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the whole thing about Thrawn. So I mean, I've heard about Thrawn for a long time. People are always talking about him. He's the lead in I think it was like 3 books, I believe. So he's based on it comes out in a few books or whatever, and he was
9 books with him.
What is it?
It's like 9 books.
Oh, it's 9 books.
Well, the Heir to the Empire.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, those are 3 books, and then there was 2 more trilogies that came out recently.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I think those are canon.
Maybe that's the one that I was thinking of, because I know there was like a trilogy, a specific trilogy, but maybe, like you said, they made several others. But yeah, no, I just know it was based on a book initially.
Yeah.
And did you read any of those books?
No, I haven't yet. I was going to read them this year, but it turned into a history summer this year for me.
Oh, okay.
Oppenheimer. Killers of the Flower Moons.
And then,
Thrawn can wait.
And then Napoleon soon.
Yeah, so now I got to add Napoleon.
Yeah. So, from what I've heard about this character, he looks cool. He sounds cool.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing him. And I don't remember the name of the actor who's playing him, but I know he played. I think he was in House of Cards. I believe he was the Vladimir Putin version of the Russian leader in House of Cards, if I'm not mistaken. But he plays Thrawn.
Same Lars Mikkelsen?
Yeah, I think he's the brother of the other whatever.
Yeah.
Is it Mickelson?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, they're siblings.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Rogue One. He's in Rogue One and James Bond in Casino Royale.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're brothers. But yeah, so I'm interested in seeing him. Ahsoka's is 8 episodes, just like Mandalorian. They haven't showed Thrawn yet. I don't know why lately Star Wars and MCU like to show their main villain until the very end of the season. I hope that's not the case here.
I'll be pissed.
But
the last
because they've been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Because especially a lot of people are very excited for Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm interested in seeing him and the show overall. And then there's these villains here. I don't know these villains at all. So technically they're not Sith, but they're also not Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess one of them learned the Jedi way at one point, and I guess the Ray Stevenson, the actor Ray Stevenson, is it Stevenson or Stevens? Stevenson, who passed away, so rest in peace. His character, I guess he's been training her, the Sia looking girl here.
Yeah.
and then they have these orange lightsabers, which is something at least I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know if they've showed it in Clone Wars or Rebels.
Nope. Dave Filoni did mention, because people were like confused. They're like, "Is that a red? Does it look weird?" And they said, "Nope, they're orange, and it's important to the story, I guess." And he used Balon. That's his name.
Balon. Okay.
Yeah, he was a former Jedi, and Shin, that's his apprentice.
Okay. Okay. So so there's that. So I'm interested to see, where these characters came from specifically. I'm sure they'll have a little backstory of it. At least they should.
Yeah.
But so there's that, and then there's also this. So I've seen this online everywhere. This character here that we see, that was in episode 2, right? This Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And it's been online everywhere, and saying that it might be that Star Killer character from the video game. Is he ever pop up in Clone Wars or Rebels?
No. He was supposed to just be like, he was canon, and then they made him not canon anymore.
Okay, so there's.
But they have been talking about bringing him into it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him, because I remember this. I remember getting this game and playing it and all that shit. It's Star Wars Unleashed or something like that, right?
Because Star Wars Force Unleashed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that actor, he voiced the actor that plays Starkiller in the games. He's the one that voiced Darth Maul.
Right.
And so people have been asking him, why haven't you been in a live series? And obviously, this is the perfect role for him.
Yeah.
So
it should be interesting if it's actually him.
Yeah.
And then the other theory that I've heard, now these are all just theories that I've read, is that it's Ezra. So I don't know how you want to take that. I don't even know who the character is. Like I said, I don't watch Clone Wars or Rebels, but I guess some other people who did watch it, they're saying, oh, maybe it's actually Ezra. That would be a big twist.
Yeah, it would be cool.
But maybe it's this guy, the Star Killer guy. I forgot what the guy's name is. Starts with the letter M.
I know his name,
but I can't remember. But I think it'd be interesting if it's either of them, either this guy or the Ezra. Like I said, I don't have any investments on Ezra, but should be interesting. So that was that. Now, let's talk about Sabine a little bit. So I know she's like a very popular character.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on this live action portrayal?
She did like bug me a little bit, but that's the whole point. Ahsoka bugged the shit out of everybody. Like, Ahsoka was hated for a while, so like she was going towards that like at the beginning of the episode, especially when she wasn't listening. When she took the map, like it was a little bit annoying.
Oh yeah.
I do like that. I do like the rest of the episode. I loved when she cut her hair, so that's exactly how she looked in the show. Wasn't digging the long hair, and everything that I don't know, like if they did talk about it, but she's shows how much she's missing Ezra.
Right.
So they did a good job, because even you haven't seen Rebels, but you caught that. You know what I mean? So I do love that. Shows how huge their relationship was. Excited to see what's going to happen. Like, if the episode hadn't ended the way it did, where she's taking up her Mandalorian armor again, she wasn't leaving with Ahsoka, I would have been like, oh, great, how many more episodes do we have to have of her and Lothal,
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, so Kathy says here, I totally get why you are confused, when I was talking about the whole, is she Mandalorian? Is she a Jedi? Why does she have a lightsaber? Mm-hmm. And then Kathy also writes, it definitely gets better with Clone Wars. And then she says, I have theories of these two villains. So I wonder if it was the ones that I mentioned earlier or something else. Who knows? Mm-hmm. So let us know if you have something completely different. And then the reason why I asked you about Sabine is she's a very popular character because they teased a Hot Toys figure of Sabine. So they haven't officially announced her yet. I'm sure it's going to come up. I'm sure she's going to become official in the next week or two. And I don't think they've actually made a Hot Toys figure of her yet. So I know a lot of people are excited to see what she looks like. and obviously she's popular enough that they're making a Hot Toys of her. And Mandalorian suit, Ezra green lightsaber, so she looks cool. But just want to bring that up real quick.
Is there a Bo-Katan hot toy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Just want to make sure, because I was like, if there is one for Sabine and not one for Bo-Katan,
Oh yeah.
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have several. I haven't seen her before as a figure of any sort, and this is the first time I see her in general with the AHSOKA series. But they did announce a AHSOKA line, and I think she's going to be the first one. So I'll definitely talk about her when she's announced in a future stream. Birdie Moon says, I really like the scene that they had that was the last episode in Rebels with Ahsoka and Sabine leaving together.
Oh, yeah. So, at the end of Rebels, you know the way the episode ended, where with Sabine looking at the mural and
Oh, yeah,
Ahsoka? Yeah. At the end of Rebels, when the battle ended, and they showed Sabine in front of the mural, and then Ahsoka, both of them looking a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
So people were like, at that time we were like, I don't know how long it's been, and then Ahsoka came and said that let's go look for Ezra, like pretty much like he's out there somewhere. So people from that point were saying like, this is what the Ahsoka TV show is gonna be, and it turned out to be exactly correct, the prediction.
Oh, okay.
So for Rebel fans like me and Jessica were going like, we were so excited watching that. I was like, it's exactly like what we were waiting for years ago. So they're giving us exactly what we want. I'm happy with that. They're giving us, like, people can complain about stuff that doesn't make sense, like logical stuff, you know, or the action. But I'm excited for the characters. I like that we don't know anything about those two potential Sith. I don't think there's, no one really thinks they're Sith. They're cool because it's villains that nobody knows about. You know, like you haven't seen Rebels, so you don't really know that much about Thrawn. But these two, nobody knows anything about them, so we're all learning about them at the same time. That's pretty cool. Also, you know that the guy playing Mickelson, playing Thrawn. Yeah, you know he voiced Thrawn in the Clone Wars.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah,
know that.
so
Okay.
his voice is amazing. So I'm excited to watch that in live action.
So that's perfect then.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Wasn't Bo-Katan? Isn't that the same actress who
yeah.
voiced her too?
Yep,
Okay.
same actress. I
That's
love that
kind-
they're doing that. Yeah.
That's kind of cool that worked out that way.
Yeah.
Kathy says, one theory I have is maybe Shin is Balon's daughter, not his Padawan.
Oh yeah, that would make sense because you know.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Pass it on to the family instead of like finding a Padawan. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, but he's not following the Jedi guidelines. But you know,
Yeah.
he has a fucking orange lightsaber now. So there you go. I wonder what's gonna happen to his character though, because like we don't know if he's gonna die or not. So I wonder if they're gonna recast him.
It sucks. I do like that at the end of the first episode they had the For Our Friend Ray. That was nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, such a bummer to have lost him. But who knows? I mean, I think if Thrawn, takes over at the end of the series, at the end of this season, you know what I mean, it'd be a lot easier for them to write him off if anything happens. If he still survives. But yeah, we'll see.
So Birdie Moon is just fucking around because he says, I also like Lizzo and Mandalorian. Okay. Yeah, sure you do. So, okay.
Yeah.
So you think we're going to have like a Lizzo moment in Ahsoka?
No, I hope not. I mean, who knows? They did film this already, right? When they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I think
So maybe we will, but I hope not. But the plot of where this series is going, season is going, it's so interesting. Traveling to another galaxy. It's like the first time that they've ever done that in live action or the TV show and any of the TV shows. So I'm really excited to see what that galaxy looks like. I hope it doesn't look like the galaxy they're in already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know you asked about Bo-Katan and then the figure. So I'll show you this. So this is the Bo-Katan Hot Toys figure. and 285.
285.
285. Any other final thoughts that you have on Ahsoka overall?
I hope that by the end of the season, I'm excited for season 2. It's just been so disappointing. Mandalorian season 3 was really disappointing. Obi-Wan was awful. I just need something good. You know what I mean? MCU is failing. Star Wars has been super disappointing. Their TV shows. Just be good, Ahsoka. You know, I want people that have never seen Clone Wars and Rebels to like Ahsoka as much as like the people that have seen those shows. You know what I mean? I don't want people to just be like, yeah, I get it, she's cool. You know what I mean? No, they got to show off her personality. You know, you didn't really get that in the first 2 episodes. So I hope they show more of her, like, you know, the stuff she's gone through, and you know, make her fun too. You know.
Yeah. Kathy says, so far so good. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so that was it here for the Ahsoka spoiler discussion that Ivan and I did here today.